Gucci bag, Fendi bag, Prada bag, Louis bag, Gucci bag, Gucci bag, Birkin bag, she in a bag, she drip, she swag, never mad, she glad, Louis bag, she in a bag,
Look, mama needs some meal money, Prada bag and heel money. See my ex, he still love me.
Hey guys, welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. So as you can tell by the title of this video, I am doing a story time. Now, this story is technically 2.5 years long, but we're gonna shorten it up. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get right into it. So let's go. So I started dating this guy in 2016. Great connection, great conversation, everything is goody. A few months later, he ends up saying that he is going to Alabama. Yeah, he was going to Talladega, Alabama, because this basketball team coach had scouted him and wanted him to play for their school, yada, yada, yada. Okay, cool. So before he leaves, we're just spending time together, and we were having this conversation, just about like how our relationship is going to work while he's there and I'm here. So, he gave me the whole thing, like, I want you to hold me down, like, be faithful to me, yada, yada, yada. Of course, babe. Like, why would I not? Like, I got you, like, I got us, like, our relationship is going to be good. When you're done, we going to blah, 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 whatever. So he's like, cool, that's what I like to hear. So, right before he left for school, he was telling me how, he just needed some essentials. Like underwear, socks, t-shirts, basketball socks, whatever they need. So, he was saying how like he asked his mom, and his mom was, hard times, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, I got you. Like, it's underwear, it's socks, it's the essentials that, people need. So, okay, cool, I'll do that. So we end up going to Marshall's, and Ross, and, just got him some stuff. Nothing too fancy, just some little stuff. So he ends up going to school. He was down there for about, I want to say maybe 2 to 3 weeks. He then calls me and is like, I'm low on money and I need food. So I'm like, okay, cool. Like, what were you thinking? So he's just like, whatever you could send is good. I know you have to, take care of you in Ryland. So I'm like, true. So I was like, I'll let you know what I can send you, and we'll go from there. So let's get comfy. So after paying my bills, my rent, daycare, whatever I had to pay, putting food in my own house, I was like, called him. I can send you $50. He was like, cool, that's more than enough. So I'm like, okay, cool. So, I sent him the $50, and pretty much it became an every 2 weeks type of thing, which I wasn't tripping because he's a college student. We all know when you're in college, you ain't got much of nothing unless you open up a credit card. So, yeah, so it became like an every 2 weeks type of thing. So I'm like sending him $50 every 2 weeks. So technically he's getting $100 a month. Now, $100 a month for one person, that pretty much gets you everything you need food-wise. You probably got a little extra on the side to, get whatever. So, I was noticing around the times that I was getting paid is when the communication was A1. Like, answered all my calls, responded to all my text messages, everything. Conversation was a freaking 1. So obviously, if I'm noticing how the conversation is around the time I'm getting paid, I'm also noticing how the conversation is like the week before payday, which is very like far, few, and in between. I'll call him and it's like, a short phone call, like 2-3 minutes. And then it's like, oh, I'm about to go hoop, I'm gonna call you back. Oh, I'm about to go work out, I'll call you back. Oh, I'm about to go whatever, I'll call you back. Okay, cool. Texting is, like the medium. So I'm like, damn, like, it made me start to feel some kind of way, because I'm like, he only really communicates with me heavy around my payday. So of course I brought it to his attention, like, you know, yo, what's up? Like, it seems like you only effectively communicate with me when it's time for me to send you money, which, you know, that's something I don't have to do. I'm doing it out of the kindness of my heart. Like, I don't want you to be hungry. Like, I never want anyone to be hungry. If I know you and I know you want hard times and you cannot feed yourself, I'm gonna help if I can help, you know? I would want the same thing in return. Like, we need food to stay alive. So you know, like, I don't have to do this for you. So of course, me bringing this to his attention and saying it, like, you know, I feel like this, and, you know, this isn't something I have to do. He flipped his lid. Like, this is why I don't ask people for things, because people throw things in your face and yada, yada, yada. And I'm like, hold on. Like, I'm not, you know, I don't do things to throw things in people's faces. That's not what I'm trying to do. I'm just letting you know that it seems to me like you only communicate with me effectively when it's around the time of me getting paid. So basically, I'm telling you this because I kind of want you to work on your communication, because it doesn't make me feel good. You know, it makes me feel like I'm being used. So, okay, he calms down. I understand, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so I tested this. So the next time that I got paid and he was talking to me and he was like, oh, did you send the Western Union yet? And I was like, oh, no, I can't. Like, you know, I just had some other stuff to do and I didn't have the extra money to send. So he was kind of like, okay, cool. You know, it's all right. I'm like, all right, cool. Basically, I did that to see, like, what his reaction was going to be with me saying I don't have the money. So, I mean, he took it well, I guess. I don't know. He took it well. So, I think I did that twice. I think it might have been 2 weeks back to back that I did it. And then, yeah, I think it was like 2 weeks back to back, or 2 pay periods back to back. And then I continued on with sending him the $50 so he can get food or whatever. So now he comes back to visit in Chicago, and he's telling me about his cousin not paying a phone bill and how he's going to be without a phone, and he doesn't know what he's going to do because he doesn't have established credit and he doesn't really have, you know, money to get a phone and service and this and that. So I'm like, you know, have you talked to your mom? You know, can your mom do it? Can your brother? Like somebody. And he's like, no, you know, they're, you know, in whatever situation they can't. So I'm like, okay, well, you know, I have my own account, and I'm pretty sure, like, I've been with Sprint for like a million years, so I'm like, I'm pretty sure I'm eligible to add another line. So he's like, you know, and I was telling him, like, you know, this is only if you want to. I'm not forcing you, but if you want to, you know, I don't want you to be without a phone. If you want, we could do it. He's like, yeah, let's do it. So, you know, call Sprint, get everything started. I get the phone. I call him, and I'm like, hey, you know, the phone just got here or whatever. When do you want to come pick it up? And he's like, oh, I can come tonight. So I'm like, okay, cool. So, you know, I take the phone out. I do everything. Obviously, the phone's in my name, so I got to be the one to call Sprint, activate this, start this, whatever. So I get everything set up for him. He comes. He picks up the phone. We're kicking it, chilling. He leaves, goes to do his thing. He ends up going back to Alabama, and I'm calling him on both phones. I'm calling both phones because I'm like, okay, I don't know when this one's going to get cut off. I don't know if he started using this one yet, so I'm calling both phones. I'm not getting an answer. So this is now probably like the third day, still no answer. Call again, text, still nothing. So me, I'm like, all right, I'm going to Instagram. You know, check, see if he's posted anything. There's nothing been posted. There's no IG stories. There's none of this. So I DM him like, yo, what's going on? Like, you good? Everything's all right? So another like 2 days later, I get a message, and he's like, somebody stole both the phones. I'm like, the fuck? How? Like, I was playing basketball, blah, 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 whatever. So I'm like, so you went to go play basketball. You had both phones, and somebody stole both phones. He's like, yeah. Okay. Did you turn on Find My iPhone? Like, did you set all that up? No. Okay. So I call Sprint, get the phone turned off, file a report, file a claim to get a new phone sent. So I get the new phone sent to me. Now I haven't heard from him. It's been like a week and a half. Week and a half goes by, and I get another DM. So now I'm pissed off because around the time I got the phone, it was like, I think it was like a week before Christmas. Now, you know, I'm talking to him, and it's like a few days after the new year. All this time went by, not enough communication in regards to anything. I didn't really buy that somebody stole the phones. I just started to get this gut feeling that he sold the phones, or sold one phone and kept the other. Like, that's just the feeling that I had. So, you know, I'm basically telling him, like, this is how I feel, this and that. Like, I feel like you're not being genuine, blah, blah. He's like, I am, I love you, this and the other. I'm like, well, you know, this is just how I feel, so whatever. So then next time I talk to him, I tell him that I'm moving to Arizona, and, you know, I'm basically about to do me. So, of course, he's not happy with that. You know, he's just like, no, you know, we're supposed to be together and, you know, have this family and do this and do that. And I'm like, well, look, you know, me helping you, I'm doing it out the kindness of my heart, but I don't necessarily feel like what I'm giving you the money, how do you say it? Like, what I'm giving you the money for, that's not what you're using it for. Like, that's how I started to feel. I feel like me giving you this phone, like, you did something totally different with it. This is just my gut feeling. So we stopped talking for a couple months. He then pops up and he texts me. We have nice conversations. Like, he's a good listener, you know, gives decent advice or whatever. So, you know, we're talking, whatever, chatting it up, texting, FaceTime, whatever. Everything's cool. So about a week later, he's like, so I'm down here in Arkansas now. I'm staying with my brother. All this stuff happened back in Alabama, so I just got up out of there and with my brother. He's like, and I need to get a bed. So I'm like, okay. In the back of my head, I'm like, fuck you telling me for it? Like, good for you, get a bed. So then he sends me this, like a link to this bed that's on Amazon. And I'm like, oh, okay, it's a nice bed. That's what I'm thinking he's sending it to me for. Like, you know, I'm showing, I need to get a bed. I'm showing you, like, what you think about this bed. I'm like, oh, it's nice. So then he's like, you think you could help me get it? I'm like, help you get it? Like, what you mean? He's like, I got enough money for the mattress, but I don't got enough money for the bed frame. So again, back in my mind, I'm like, well, really all you fucking need is a mattress, so just sleep on a mattress, you know? But I'm like, being the good person that I am, now that I reflect on it, I feel stupid. But I'm like, you know, if my money permits me to do so, I'll help you. So, you know, paying this, paying that, whatever. My money permitted me, so I stuck to my word. And I'm like, okay, you know, I can go ahead and send you the $125 so you can get the bed frame and all this and all that. He's like, okay, cool. I'm like, how you want me to send it to you? He's like, oh, you can send it to my brother's Cash App. Cool. So I sent it to his brother's Cash App or whatever. I ended up getting crazy annoyed with him just because his communication, again, sucks. And I'm like, Monica, you already knew that his communication sucks. Like, why do you keep putting yourself in the same boat? So I got pissed off. I stopped talking to him. I didn't even give a shit about the 125. Like, just take it, whatever, done. So now, like, 2 weeks go by. I get a phone call from him, like, we had talked about me visiting or whatever. So he's calling like, hey, are you still coming down to visit? I'm like, no. Click. Like, so he texts me like, why not? I'm like, look, I just don't feel like you're a genuine person. Like, I feel like you're using me. Basically the same stuff I said before. Now, I know y'all are probably watching this like, well, bitch, if you felt that way the first time, why would you entertain him again? I entertained him again because the times that we did communicate, the times we did hang out, stuff was good. We bonded really well. You know, I felt like we had a good connection outside of those other things. Basically, I was ignoring red flags. Like, no, I'm not coming to see you, whatever. Like, we'll just go our separate, you know, shake hands, part ways. So he's doing his thing or whatever. About 3 weeks ago, I get on Instagram, and you know, the little explore page, so I'm scrolling. I see a picture. I'm like, oh, it looks like Anthony. We'll call him Anthony. It looks like Anthony. So I look, it is. I double tap, I like it. Not even joking, y'all. 3 minutes later, I got a fucking DM from him. So the DM's like, text me. I'm like, I don't have your number. He sends me his number. I text him like, yo, what's good? He's like, I miss you. How are you and Rylan? Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, we're good. You know, everything's great. You know, just regular conversation. I'm like, how are you? He's like, I'm good. You know, here, I'm in Arkansas still. Cool, cool. I kid y'all fucking not. A week after he texted me, his first time texting me, he asked me for money again. He gave me the story on how he's been helping his mom, how his, you know, something happened with his sister, and how, you know, he was working, but he quit working, how he went overseas, all this and all that, but now he's X amount of dollars short on his rent. So again, you know, I got that soft spot. I don't like to see people, you know, I don't like to see people struggle, especially if there's something that I can do about it. Like, if I can help, I love to help. It's a good characteristic, but it's also a bad one at the same time. So, you know, he's talking about rent or whatever. So I'm like, you know, damn, I don't want nobody to be homeless. So, you know, how much are you short? I'm short some amount, he said. I'm like, well, I ain't gonna be able to do all of that, but, you know, I can send you something. So he's like, you know, I appreciate it, babe. You know, anything you can send helps, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, okay, cool. So, you know, I get around to it. I send him what I can. I call him, I want to say maybe this is a few days later. I call, I get no answer. I call, next day, get no answer. I'm texting, I'm calling, get no answer. Finally, I'm like, you know what? Fuck him. See ya, bye, just whatever. The day that I decide to say fuck him, I get a text message from him saying that he's in the hospital. So I'm like, whatever, nigga, like, you're not in the hospital. I don't fucking believe you. So a picture gets sent to my phone. Oh, he is in the hospital. Okay, I feel a little bad. Are you okay? No response. Hello, are you good? No response. What's going on? No response. So basically every text I'm sending, I'm getting no response. And this is maybe 3 days now, still no response. Then he starts talking about how they think he got meningitis, yada, yada, yada. I'm asking, well, you know, what are the symptoms? No response. Like, I'm just like, okay, you know what? I'm fed up. I'm over it. I'm done. Like, why is it so hard for you to communicate? So I snapped, japped, went in. Like, I'm over it. I'm done. So that was the end of that. I'm going to be real with y'all. I always had this feeling, like I said, like I was being used. I felt like he was the type of dude that dealt with multiple females and played this role to make females feel like he loves me, I'm in love, you know, he'll do anything for me, blah, blah, blah. Essentially a fuckboy. Essentially that's what he is. He's a fuckboy, you know, doesn't have, you know, pretends to have this hustle about him, but really don't got a hustle bone in his body. You know, he rather just play victim, put on a sob story, and get people to give him. And, you know, I admit I fell for it, not once, not twice, but 3 times. But 3 strikes you out, boy. Like, when you sit back and you think about it, like, I can't believe you did this to me. But it's lesson learned. That's how I'm looking at it, as a lesson learned. You know, karma is a motherfucker, okay? So, yeah, that was my little story time there. Extremely crazy. I honestly think I was a sugar mama and not a girlfriend. Like, I don't think I was ever in a relationship, even though this went on for two and a half years. Like, he was a sugar mama. I was a fucking sugar mama. A fucking sugar mama is what I was. A sugar mama. Can't believe I was a sugar mama. Like, it's crazy. But I hope you guys enjoyed the story. If any parts of my story seem like this type of situation that you're in, run. Like, get away from that fuckboy quick. Like, fuckboys are basura, trash. Like, I'm never going through that again. Like, no. I tried the whole ride or die, hold you down chick thing, and obviously it just smacked me right in the face. So that's never happening again. Sorry to future boyfriends, boos, husband. Well, I ain't gonna say husband, because that's a whole different thing if you get to that point. But boyfriends, boo. Sorry, I cannot. Like, no, never, not gonna happen. So yeah, that is my story time. I do hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. I'm pretty sure I have other stories for you, so if you want to hear other stories, go ahead and drop hashtag storytime in the comments, and we will get those story times popping for you. So yeah, go ahead and give the video a thumbs up. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. But go ahead and hit that button. So yeah. Again, thank you guys so much for tuning in to my story time as well as my channel and all. I hope you guys have a wonderful day and stay away from the fuck boys.